What's up, everyone? Sorry for the noise in the background. I'm right near the compressors, couldn't find a better spot to film. I decided to talk to you in the new year about the bags and the wheel setup for G35 Coupe, since that's what I spent my whole year, doing and testing out and figuring out how it works on a decent budget. Not like I don't have a shit ton of money to throw in the car and do whatever I want instantly. So it took some time there. Here is my 2004 G35 Coupe. It's bagged on universal airbags, airlift 3-piece system, VEDs, red zingers, 3-piece wheels, bumper. It's still in the pain of getting wrapped later, so it's not a finished project yet. Probably going to replace the trunk as well from the stock one. Yeah, so let's talk about how would you bag a G35 Coupe. So there are two ways. If you are right now, you're completely stock and you want to go bags when it gets slammed. I can tell you right away, it's not going to be that cheap if you start from nothing, considering the cost for the bags itself, for struts, for management and stuff like that. But it's still doable, right? You would probably better off to go like with airlift 3P used management system if you want to save up some money. You can find one for around $1,000. That's what I did. It was a steal compared to $1,600 that they ask for a new one. So yeah, it is a big difference. I would go, I think it's called D1 struts. I'm pretty sure that they do air suspension struts, not the airlift. Again, if you want to save the money, because airlift is a great company, don't get me wrong, but it is getting priced. I don't remember how much is the setup, but the fronts are like $900 and the rears are like the same thing, if I'm not mistaken. I did it way cheaper. I have a different story. I had the coilovers in the car. I had the Megan Racing coilovers, right? And I was like, okay, I want to go air. Why the hell I just spend $700 on the coilovers, right? And now I have to spend another like $2,000 for new struts with just basically a bag over it. That makes no sense to me, right? Disregard the trunk, it's opened for the future part of the video. So I was like, no, hell no, that's not happening. And basically what I did, I found a guy on YouTube. I don't exactly remember his name, sorry bro. I'm gonna put it in the description. He gave a great idea. Well, it's supposed to be made like that, but no one ever done it before him. I've never seen anything like that on YouTube. It's on the 350Z and G35, they're really similar. The guy did bag over coils method. What is bag over coils? You already have coilovers that you spend like $700, $800, $900 if it's a BC Racing coilovers, right? And you want to go bag. So all you have to do now is to basically put the bag over your stock coilover. Not stock, but whatever you have now. You cannot do it over stock strut. So you go to, universalairsuspension.com. I don't remember exactly the website. But it's something like this, right? Bag riders will work too. Basically, you get the bags that I will link below. I'll show you the picture right now on the screen. And two of them will go over your front strut, right? Basically, it goes instead of your spring. And you would get those, picture comes up right here. The rear ones that will go in the rear bucket, since we have independent rear suspension. If you know what I mean, the spring is separate from our coilover. Okay, and everything came out to me. So I got the front bags used actually, because a lot of people use universal bags. You can check out on Facebook, Craigslist. Probably there's a big chance someone is selling it from his car. I got the front ones set for $120 for two, which is a steal, because considering the new, they're like, I don't remember how much exactly. I'll link it again right here. I think it's like $160 a piece or something. And the rare ones are pretty inexpensive. They're like $120 a piece. Again, I might lie a little bit. I got them new, right? And what you need is the custom brackets for the rears, but not for the fronts. Technically, you need the custom brackets for the fronts, but again, the guy linked in the description. He showed a perfect video how to do it without brackets, which saves you like $200 just on brackets for fronts, which is a great deal and still holds up nicely. I drive like that around a year right now, with no issues on the back side, right? And on the rears, I have the brackets. I paid for brackets too. Brackets are pretty pricey, so I think I paid like $160 or something. I'm not gonna lie, it was a long time ago, but something like that for the brackets. So basically, if you go from the coilovers and you get into bags, I spent $1,000 for the management system, exactly $1,000. I spent $120 for the front bags, right? For the front bags over coils. And I spent, I think, $280, $240, I don't exactly remember, for the rear bags, plus another $100 something on the on the brackets. So basically my system, after I calculated everything, came out to be like a $1,400 airlift 3-piece system, right? Which was pretty cheap. I'm not including the price of the coilovers because I had them on the car. With the coilovers, it's gonna be $2,100. So honestly, you get way more customization if you do bag over coils, because you still can adjust dampening and and your and how low the bag is gonna sit, how high it's gonna sit on the front, not on the back, unfortunately, because it's independent. Well, airlift is also independent, so it doesn't matter. You can't really adjust that. How slammed you're going to be on the back. You're pretty much all done for that. You can adjust the strut again. If you have a coilover, you can adjust the strut height on the back to make your possible air out lower or higher, which is kind of good. I don't know. I'm not sure if you can do it with airlift, but yeah. Here's the option. It's going to be $2,100 from zero, ideally. Maybe $2,300 if you don't find the front set of bags used. So $2,300 for a full air suspension, which is pretty good. You can buy it with like pretty much any coilover you want. I would have suggested to get some reputable brand. You don't want to get like some eBay coilover, put the bags over it and then the strut will fail and it will leak out. You don't want to do that, because trust me, installing bags by yourself is a pain. Like, it is hard. I've been over that, and I've done that myself. I installed it myself. Oh man, I spent like 2 days probably working. One day my friend helped me, another day I was by myself. Technically it's possible to do by yourself completely, and there's some bolts stuck and you have to do something serious with it. Yeah, so I had the videos of me installing the front bags before, like how to do them without the special brackets. But if I'm not going to do that video, again, the link is in the description for the guy. He'll teach you everything, right? Considering my setup, I did a setup myself. It was really, really easy. Disregarded it. So I have some trash on the trunk, I'm sorry. But here are my two compressors. Here's my airlift 3P, right? And here is my tank for the air. I believe it's a 5-gallon tank. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure it was a year ago, a long time ago. I did it myself. I did the lines. It was really, really simple, easy setup. You see, I have that floor mat. It's not an AEM Infinity floor mat. It's something else. I had it before in the car. Like, I didn't even worry about it. And it's dual. Like under that. Let me put the camera down like this. There's a plastic, right? Cool. So there's a plastic piece, and between that top carpet and the plastic, I put the wooden piece right here. I don't know if you can see, but I'm gonna show you with a finger. It goes like all the way. It's basically a wooden block, like you would install normal air suspension at. And I basically screwed it to a wooden block because plastic wouldn't hold that, right? And it sits nice and snug. It's not gonna go anywhere, right? Everything is stiff. Everything is good. Holds up really nice. I have no problems with those compressors. Again, I got the whole management used. Everything. I paid $1,000 not only for airlift 3P brain and controller, for everything. For dual compressors and a 5-gallon tank, it's a steal. It will come out like $3,500 at least if you buy everything brand new, with struts and everything. So you save up a lot of money doing the method I'm telling you. It's gonna be a little painful. It's way more harder to put in than just put the regular airlift struts in there. Again, I don't have sensors, and I honestly don't understand why you need the right height sensors. Pressure is way more enough for me to see how low and how high I'm going. I get used to that. Yeah, so let me show you how I did the setup. With the wiring, it's all behind the back seat, so you can't really see that. It's all like back there, and my controller goes in here, and all my cables are going like through here, through the bottom part, and back into the trunk. About my power cables, right? There is one cable that goes again through this part into the fuse box on the left. So I use the fuse to basically give a power to the controller, and it's like a switch whatever type. You can buy it in like any AutoZone. And in here on this side of the door, I have all the main wiring going. Like, you can't see them again because it's all tucked through here, through that part of the body of the car, and it goes exactly right there through the firewall. I will pop the hood for you. If you would see exactly, sorry if it's not focusing for some reason. If you would see exactly what I'm talking about. So sorry, I don't have a hood holder. That's a problem with my car. I lost mine basically, but I'm gonna try to show you. You see that place where the battery cover is? You remove that whole plastic, and exactly right there behind this windshield, you know, you see windshield wiper, there's this plastic trim. You remove it, and there's gonna be like a huge giant hole with a rubber grommets on it where all the wiring goes into the car, and you basically put it through your wiring. And then let me pull this out. I have to hold my hood with my head, you know, and you know it's all wired like this in here with 2 fuses in there. And there's nothing, there's like a wire diagram, but again, I got the like, you know, if you get the system used, it should come with everything. Again, there's no really good way you can check if it's good or not, you know, but you gotta risk if you want to save, I guess. Again, you can always check if the system works, at least if compressors turn on, but you can't really trust the people. So nowadays, I got lucky, mine worked perfectly fine, and you know, the guy could have scammed me 3,000 times, but he didn't. We did everything through PayPal, so I didn't get it from eBay, I got it locally, but I paid through PayPal just in case, you know, to get a receipt. So, you know, at least I have something to back me up, but it says in there that everything works fine, and you know, that everything is perfect. And it came out perfect. Like, it works everything fine. I have this for a year. I put the new wheels recently. A lot of people like them, a lot of people dislike them, right? 19 by 12 in the back, 19 by 10 and a half in the front. If you were interested, I would talk about that later in the fitment and what I was doing to it and what I have on the car done. Disregard the paint again. I did terrible rust issue in the back. Fixed that. Now I'm gonna wrap the car. In spring somewhere, there should be a video. Maybe I'll post something in the middle. All right, thank you guys.